What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Picture Breakdown. This is my breakdown of What If Episode 9, What If the Watcher Broke His Oath? I'm going to be going through this episode chop by chop for some visual details, hidden references, as well as any background information that I might need to know. But first, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to be notified of a future Marvel breakdown. Spoiler warning for What If Episode 9. Alright, so we open with Captain Carter on the mission to recapture the Lemurian Star, the same mission that Steve and Natasha went on in the beginning of Captain America the Winter Soldier, and this has some parallels between that.
So, any plans for Saturday night?
No, don't. Stop right there.
You know, Bernard in accounting was asking about you.
Nothing good has ever followed the phrase Bernard in accounting.
What about the nurse that lives across the hall from you? She seems kind of nice.
Secure the engine room, then find me a date.
So we get introduced to an alternate Gamora and Tony, and they're on Middle melting down the Infinity Gauntlet with Ichiri the Dwarf. Uatu then shows up and describes her as
Gamora, survivor of Sakaar and destroyer of Thanos.
So I think the origin of this Gamora is that she defeated her father, but also destroyed all of the Infinity Stones of her universe. We then see the next recruit of Uatu, which is
Eric Stevens, Killmonger, Tony Stark's former protege, and killer. You have been chosen.
So at first I was a little confused as to why Uatu would bring a villain onto the team, but then by the end I realized that they needed Killmonger not to help fight and win the battle, but that so he could betray them. The next one is
Thor Odinson, Crown Prince of Asgard. You've been chosen.
Which, again, I was a little confused why Uatu wouldn't take a more powerful Thor, because even our main timeline Thor is more powerful than this one, but then I realized that he needed this party Thor to attract unwanted attention, as he puts it.
So, there is life in this universe.
They all meet in a pub, and Thor says,
Over here, Mimi. Can I get a beer? Yes.
Another reference to Doctor Strange doing the same thing in Ragnarok.
What do you drink? Not tea.
Strange Supreme then explains why Ultron is so powerful.
6 stones of near unfathomable power, each controlling an essential aspect of our existence, and Ultron holds all of them.
This is the same way that Wong explained the Infinity Stones back in Infinity War.
Big Bang sends 6 elemental crystals hurtling across the virgin universe. These Infinity Stones each control an essential aspect of existence.
Gamora shows us how she destroyed the stones in her universe. I'm thinking that this could be made by Rocket since he's a genius, and it looks pretty similar to the Hadron Enforcer that Rocket made in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Tony Stark's also in her universe, but this doesn't really look like the style of building that Tony does. Strange Supreme then gives them all drinks and proposes a toast, and then he tries to do a Captain America kind of pep talk or speech, and it completely fails. But since Thor did get a drink, he chucks it on the ground like he did in Thor 1.
Drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another.
Thor then shoots the lightning at Ultravision with this amazing battle cry.
Las Vegas!
Ultron then uses the Soul, Power, and Reality Stones to destroy the mountain that they're on. T'Challa gets thrown onto Ultravision, and he uses a sticky fingers maneuver that he used in his episode to get the Soul Stone from him. And you can see T'Challa, when he gets thrown off, the Soul Stone is no longer in Ultron. Strange Supreme opens a portal to the universe with the zombies, and for a few frames you can see the first few zombies that come out, that are Zombie Cap, Zombie Hawkeye, and Zombie Falcon. I'm thinking that this could be before the zombie episode in the timeline, because Falcon got sliced in half by Okoye in the episode, and you can see that Zombie Cap has legs and a shield, even though in the episode he got cut in half by Bucky and he took his shield. They go to the universe from the last episode, and when Ultravision follows them, Thor chucks Mjolnir at him, cutting off his arm, a reversal of what Ultron did to Claw. Ultron tries to blow up the entire universe with the stones, but the energy just comes back in because of Strange, and then Strange just straight up eats the energy. He's able to do this because he got all of his power in the first place from just absorbing energy. Ultron uses his time stone to slow down time, but then Strange uses his own time stone to get rid of the time bubble that Ultron just made, showing us that the two time stones, or just two infinity stones that are the same, can be used at the same time in the same reality. Ultron then uses the power and reality stones to make himself huge, but Strange brings out the giant monster that he absorbed. We then get to see Peggy's face, and we immediately know that she recognizes this as the monster she fought at the end of her episode. Nat injects the Zola virus into Ultravision, and in their minds, Zola goes to kill Ultron, and it looks pretty similar to how Ultron tried to kill Jarvis back in Age of Ultron. Killmonger betrays them and tries to use 5 of the Infinity Stones, which probably should have killed him because he's just human, but What If seems to be just doing their own thing. But Zola then comes up with the Vision body, and Zola's head is in the stomach of the body, which I immediately saw and freaked out because I recognize this as a reference to how Zola actually is in the comics, as well as the schematics for the building machine that you can see in Captain America: The First Avenger. Strange realizes that they don't need to destroy the stones, but rather nullify them. So he traps Killmonger and Vision. Wait, no, it's Ultron. No, it's Zola. Well, it doesn't really matter. He trapped Killmonger and, let's just say, Zoltron in a pocket dimension, and they can't escape it because neither of them are able to use the stones while they aren't touching them. Uatu sends everybody back to their original timelines, except for Natasha, who he sends to a universe where all the Avengers were killed, Loki took over the world, and the new Avengers are Captain America and Captain Marvel. We then end with Peggy finding Steve in the Hydra Stomper, paralleling Steve finding out about Bucky being still alive after falling off the train, and all that time. When she actually looks inside, you can see the reflection of the Hydra Stomper in the glass. Alright, so at the end of the episode, Killmonger and Zoltron are kept inside of a pocket dimension that Uatu says might be able to break, so Strange has to watch over it. So for most villains, if they're not going to be returning later in the show or something like that, they're either killed off somehow or incapacitated of their abilities. But for villains that are going to come back later, they pretty much just lock them up in prison or they just get away. For this one, they're pretty much just locked up in a prison that they might escape. So I'm thinking that Killmonger or Zoltron might be able to come back and fight in What If again. So in terms of how I did like this episode, I absolutely freaking loved it, guys. In my opinion, best episode of the season, and that is how it should be. Finale should be at least one of the top 2 best episodes in any given show, but this one blew the roof off. First of all, I loved how each character had a role in beating Ultravision. The fights were really fun to watch, and I absolutely loved the reference to how Zola actually is in the comics. I also like how they paid off the idea of Zola being the one to finally beat Ultron, which I totally predicted in my last week's breakdown. Go and check that out, by the way. And overall, I think the story flowed really well. I also have a new favorite Marvel character, and that is Strange Supreme because of this episode, who was supremely fun to watch and freaking overpowered in the whole episode, and I loved it. I was more than satisfied with how this season ended, and let me know down in the comments what you thought of the finale, because this has been my breakdown of What If Episode 9. I do hope you guys liked it. But before you do go, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified for every future Marvel breakdown. If you enjoyed this week's breakdown and want to help support the channel for free, go ahead and smash that like button, put down any questions or comments, and let me know if you think Killmonger and Zoltron are going to break out of the pocket dimension. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next breakdown.
Wait, what?